Alright, fuckers, welcome back to artwod beginner roadmap fundamentals grind node, right? Drawing 20 single rounded boxes, single rounding like this, right? I'm doing it more complicated. I'm specifically drawing complicated single rounded shapes and then trying to rotate them from memory, which is, of course, how we build our ability to observe and apply, at least in my opinion, which is the correct opinion. So, yes, join along. Come on, draw. Stop being lazy isn't the correct word. Stop being someone who is stopping themselves from being the someone they want to be. Ain't that the most inspirational shit you've heard? Yeah, the more I call, it's not good to encourage people by calling them a negative connotation. We encourage them by reminding them of the positive connotation they have the potential to be. So stop being the person that you are not and start being the person that you've been working towards, right? I.e., the person who likes to draw and enjoys drawing and driving effort. Remember, you can train yourself into the effort being the reward. So with that being said, I'm going to prove it right now. The effort is going to be what I draw. The reward will be the fact that I'm drawing, right? So there you go. That's how we do. But yeah, join me. Let's draw along, right? And I guess I'll start there. Yeah. Okay. So again, thinking out loud. Doody doody doo. And I'm trying to think the shape I want to make, right? Now, this was extremely difficult, this angle right here. But look at that, I actually managed to do it. Now, I have to calculate in my mind. Calculations are very important, for it is the calculation that's going to allow me to understand what it is that I'm drawing. Right? That's relatively accurate, I would say. And again, I'm reinforcing to myself that I feel good from the effort that I'm putting in towards this drawing, right? That is the only thing we need to remind ourselves at all times, is that the effort is the only thing that matters. And it's true. If you don't think it's true, you're just wrong, right? And you're someone who's extrinsically motivated, which is objectively the wrong type of motivation. There are right and wrong types of motivation, right? If you enjoy what you're doing, you are 10 times more likely to continue doing it. Therefore, why tell me one benefit of not training yourself to enjoy doing something? The answer is there isn't a benefit of not doing. Not training yourself to not do. What the fuck did I just say? I don't fucking know, whatever. The point is, fucking focus on the effort, you piece of shit. And again, I'm trying to make it super complex. See, that was a bit off, but it's okay. Question is, what type of shape is this that I'm making right now? The answer is the type of shape I've always wanted to make. A rounded shape. Deep, very deep. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, okay? It's late in the day. Leave me alone! And that was off perspective, this line. Right, and I want to have something jutting out. Always have to keep reminding ourselves of the perspective the shape is in. That is only done through constant, I guess, stop me if you've heard this before. Effort. Does that ring a bell? Effort, putting in effort, and only caring about the effort you're putting in. I believe that's something I may have discussed every now and then. Okay, that's pretty off. But that's the shape I've chosen, and now we have to rotate it, because that is the difficulty I've chosen, right? Should have gotten, damn it, should have gotten a second water bottle. But, alright, let's rotate it. Oof. Oh, let me get my little dinky sticky note as well to cover it. But let's analyze it, memorize it, and then rotate it. So I'm just gonna analyze this right now, trying to understand the general shapes that I have put in. And let's see where we can go from there. I wonder if this is connected properly. I don't think it is. I think this should have been way over there. Is this centered? It's a real question, because this is connected, but now this isn't. So it should have been way over there. That wouldn't have really made much sense, would it have? I need to think. Where is this? Is this really centered correctly? It feels like this should be centered, but it isn't, because obviously perspective mistakes that I have made. Okay, I'm done analyzing this. It's time to rotate it in my mind. Right? Now, what exactly was done? Something like this. See, that was very difficult to analyze. I'm just thinking right now, what is it that I did? This is the part of recall where obviously you don't want to rush into the drawing itself. There's a fine balance that I'm trying to achieve between recalling and applying. This fucking sticky note is ass. Dollarama sticky note. What you gonna do? Anyways, let's see. What did I do? Start off like this. Then I diagonaled. Did I follow the diagonal? Yeah, I believe I did. Then we went like that. And then, okay, so if that's what we did, then I'm just gonna do the same thing here. I think that's what I did, so let me just... that, and then I believe... Did I do this? This could be wrong. Yeah, that's most definitely wrong, because that is not centered. Should have been more like this. Right, well, either way. And then we have this thing, right? Something like that. Obviously this was like this, right? We had the little cutout here. Okay. Was that the shape? Obviously my lines are suffering a little, or a lot, I should say. Something like that. And then it was the other way, right? I'm trying to think. Because the thing is, the lack of good lines is obviously also what's in conflict with my ability to create. If we just think about it in terms of the perspective. Now, I actually don't remember what I did with the shape at all. Oh wait, no, I do. There was this, right? To be like, hey, I'm a shape, I'm the perspective, I exist. Probably have the proportions wrong. Let's see. Okay, so I knew it. I knew this was incorrect. So the outside was the diagonal manipulation, right? This is correct. This is correct. This is straight. That's correct. This is still a bit off center, I think, and that's correct. But obviously, this is too small. Well, in general, it's a bit too small, right? But it's not bad. I'm gonna rest my brain. That's not bad at all. Again, only having one chance to rotate something is a pretty good way to reinforce to yourself that you really have to remember it. But yeah, let me rest my brain. I'll be honest, I wanted to draw today, and then I didn't draw. At least record. I wanted to do the drawing recording, because obviously I want to fill up my backlog again. But then I didn't do that, and I just drew for myself earlier today. I still practiced rotating shapes, I practiced some rendering, I practiced drawing like a fan from imagination, which ended up looking pretty fucking good, right? Proving to myself that memory drawing is working, of course. And then I practiced, and then I literally went to the park near me, and then I just drew. I did a little bit of live drawing, just the template for what I wanted, because I'm gonna come back with my girlfriend tomorrow because she's visiting. I'm coming to chill, and then yeah, I just haven't done much today, but I did want to draw, but I didn't. That's the point I'm trying to make, is even though I didn't, I'm here now, therefore you can also be here. Let's not forget that. See, that was a mistake. Right, still practicing lines as well, making sure that they make sense. Even if they don't, still practicing them. Because no matter what, everything needs practice, right? Everything. One thing I really am happy that my mom ingrained into me, actually she didn't really ingrain it into me, she's been saying it a lot now ever since I started practicing art and getting better. But one thing I'm glad that she still says, even if I never really saw an example as a child, is that practice is the most important thing. You know, I'm really glad that she appreciates that, and she constantly reminds me, even when I don't feel like practicing. She's like, "Can't get better with that practice." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, mother, you're right." That's how we talk to each other. Yep, you're right, mother, you're right. I'm just rotating that shape now, because that's what I'm training myself to do. You see, drawing from this angle is very difficult. That's why I'm very happy I'm doing it. There you go. I think I got it down. Oh, nope, no I didn't. It's from this angle. And that angle could have been better, but that's correct. That cut out. This one, it's not at the top, it's at the bottom. See, there you go. I like doing these minor memory practices as well. Because again, it's all training, right? Everything is training. even if it doesn't feel like it. Even if it doesn't feel like it, everything is a type of training, as long as it's done with intent, right? We can't ever forget the intent, because if you're not being intentional, you're not doing anything, to be honest. Like, it's impossible to learn effectively without intent. And I want to keep reminding whoever is watching that, right? If you feel butthurt by it, good. I want you to feel butthurt by a literal fact. a literal fact, as I just said. I want you to feel butthurt. If you feel butthurt, good. That means it's highlighting something that clearly you've been shying away from, which is the objective truth of putting in specific types of work to get better, right? If you hear what I said and you're like, of course, that makes sense, then obviously you're not the target audience for that statement. Actually, technically you are, because I'm just reaffirming what the correct way to think is when it comes to learning, right? Okay, anyways, everybody's the target audience when it comes to me. Everybody. I'll fucking aim at all you and spray away. But let's see. I'm gonna analyze this again. Okay. I was also trying to create an internal logic while I did so, right? Let's see. I know it's a bit bigger. I'm okay with that. Now, which side am I rotating it from is the real question. Let's see. Okay, I'll rotate it from the left side, which came down like so. Again, this is what we didn't see, right? And the right side will have like this. There you go, like that. Okay, it's not so bad. Makes sense to me. And there you go. See, that's this side is this side, right? Which is why. Actually, wait, it should have gone further in, or did I make that side this side? Oh, I think I did the right side as this side. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then this one, okay. So I mixed it up. Even though the output was correct, my understanding was incorrect. So therefore, that is still a mistake, right? Oh, really should have gotten my cold ass water. Damn it. I'm wondering if I should run upstairs to the fridge and just get it right now. We'll see. Let me rest my brain. Fuck it. Might as well just mute myself and go get it. I'll be right back and rest my brain. Wonderful. I am back. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to draw something more complicated. to memorize. Let's see. I don't want to fall behind in my attempts to complicate shapes. And yet I feel like I haven't complicated them enough in today's attempts, right? It's already been half an hour? What the oh, 20 minutes. Jeez, okay. That makes a lot more sense. It's gonna be like, how the fuck has it been half an hour already? Alright, let's draw something more fucked up. Right. We'll start with something simple. And then we'll start making it a bit more complex. Right. That was already a mess up. Slightly. Start adding some asymmetries as well. Like so. Like so. And some details that will be difficult to remember like that. Alright. So that's not bad. Let's add this as well. Like, I guess a diamond shape, right? The line quality is very poor. And then what can I do here? We can maybe well, this can actually technically, let's see, because that can go, should that be jutting out all the way? I guess we can have that jutting out all the way. To understand the internal logic of what I've drawn, it's probably best to keep it relatively similar, right? And then I can do something like something like that. And we can then bring it down about that way, and then there you go. See, lines are very thick, which is not what I want at all. Lines are a bit too thick. Right? So there you go. We have that shape. I want to add one more thing to really make it a bit more annoying to memorize. There's already a lot happening here. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot happening here. Right, but why not make more happen? Or should I just leave it at this? I guess I could just do this. There you go. And let's just say that's on the other side as well. Just cutting through. Okay, so that is actually a relatively complex shape to memorize. I'd like to think, right? So let's analyze it to the best of our ability, because we only get one chance. It's the whole point of everything that I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna analyze it. Expect silence, and I hope you're also just trying in the best way that you can as well, right? But let me just would you. That's my analysis noise. I'm just gonna let me give my best shot. It is very difficult. I want it to be very clear. That's very difficult to analyze this. Plus, I'm explaining that I'm analyzing it while I'm fucking analyzing it, which isn't the easiest thing to do either. But and the thing is, I purposefully don't give myself any more than 30 to 40 seconds max, or maybe a minute. Actual memory drawing you're supposed to give yourself a lot longer. Like in the beginning, you're supposed to give yourself 1 to 2 minutes, and then you put it away, and then you draw it, and then you look at it again, and you try it again. No, for me, it's like, okay, one and done. I'm purposefully making it as difficult as possible. Just like with the pen, just like with the fundamentals, just like with all the shit I've been doing, I try to make it even more difficult, and then I literally will myself, like I am right now, to enjoy that difficulty, because that is where growth happens. That's objectively where growth happens, right? So okay, let's put it away. I'm gonna try to, actually let's do it like this, so I have space to draw, right? And now we try to give it our best shot. Something like that, right? Because then what do we have here? It see, I do believe, okay, well, I fucked up I made this perspective incorrect. That one actually could have been a lot better. But if it cuts out over here, right? There's like a cutout over here. Let's go all the way down. Might actually do just that. Then we have, right, and again, if one thing is good, another thing suffers, such as my line quality. Which is fine. I mean, it's not fine. Objective, it's not fine, but in the sense that like the line quality is not fine, but the fact that I'm making an attempt is what's fine, right? There you go. That's off perspective. See, you see how much my hand struggles with this angle? There you go. So I guess I don't understand how the top works, but that shape is I made it bigger actually. So proportion is still something that needs work. Holy fuck, I actually memorized that. But I guess if I were to explain how this worked to myself, and the logic I use is that it comes up over here, right? And that this is where like it meets. And then this is where maybe it comes out like that, right? And that's where we have the connection thing. So I guess my explanation is it comes out and then it juts out a bit and then goes in. Not too sure, but I did basically get it right, apart from the perspective itself being incorrect and this being too big. But goddamn to the dude, I'm very happy, and let's keep going. Clearly I am paying attention a lot more, right? Actually, I was watching this Huberman video today because I was trying to figure out if I could implement any protocols or tools that he talks about when it comes to memorizing. And one of the things he mentioned is how we can sort of, you know how we have a focused vision? Like this was specifically in regards to focus, but apparently we can absorb better if we use a general vision. Like, you know how we can kind of zoom out and generally take in everything in our surroundings. Like if I were to zoom out of the page right now, instead of looking directly just at this thing, if I were to just generally kind of make my gaze more broad, then I'm aware that the sticky note is over here to the left. I'm aware of the pens that are over there with the top, where the desk, where the top of the desk is, right? That my iPad's over to the left over there, right? My legs, obviously, the teacup over there, the water bottle next to it. I'm aware of all these things because my vision's very general right now. And then I focus, and I can't really see anything like half of what I just described, right? Or my mind is not focused on those things. But apparently, using general vision as a tool of focus is very helpful. And again, if it's placebo, it fucking worked wonders. So whether it works or not, I'm going to simply continue trying, right? But either way, let's do another shape before I rest my brain. This is so fun. Is that the correct diagonal? I don't think it is. I don't believe it is. I should start my shapes with diagonals from now on, to be honest. I feel as if that would make it a lot more of a challenge as well. And obviously I'm all about challenging myself, right? Let's see if that makes sense. I may have lost the perspective there, but we'll see. We'll see. Can't really determine unless... See, that's misaligned. Okay. And then we have interesting shape actually that I've created. Generally is in perspective, I believe. Well, I was trying my best to keep it in perspective. So yeah, let's analyze that with my newfound superpower of general vision. Let's analyze that as well and see where it goes. Yeah, this is whoever watches this is going to benefit greatly from what I've done, right? Again, one of my thumbnails coming up is something like, "You will all bow down to me 10 years from now." And then what was the joke that I made? It was, "You will all bow down to me. You will all bow down to my greatness. Give me 10 years and $500, please." It's true though. The description even says, being on this high horse doesn't come cheap, yo. Smiley face, right? Yeah, every single one of my thumbnail titles have a description associated with it, or a couple of them way back in the beginning had descriptions associated with the actual drawing session itself. But it makes more sense to have it associated with the thumbnail, right? It's easy association. That way you can just read the thumbnail, read the description, and be like, "I got my Viggy lore for the day." So yeah, there it is. But let's memorize this shape. Yeah, I'm getting better at memorizing relatively complex shapes. We gotta keep making it more and more annoyingly difficult, which is good. That's exactly what I want to do. Like something like this should have had probably 4 more things attached to it, so I would have been forced to memorize those as well. Okay, but anyways, I'm giving myself too much time to memorize this shape. Let me just give it a look. Okay, that's fine. And it does work. If you're wondering if it works, it's literally if you just go back over the last, 10 fucking episodes or whatever, you can see that it 100% does work. Right? I was really bad at it in the beginning. I'm a little bit better now. Okay. Let's see, something like this. go. Definitely a bit too big. Again, I'm still figuring out proportions, especially because my lines are so subpar, right? But it was something like this, right? Something like that. I can actually recreate it down here. I swear there was a diagonal. Something like this. It's a mistake in terms of the line. Should have been a bit more confident. Right? But what you're gonna do... There you go, and then something like this. I love that my lines are so fucking shit. It means that there's only room to grow. So amazing. Okay, there you go. Something like that, right? Maybe it's... Yeah, pretty fucking accurate, I would say. Cool. Proportions slightly off, as always. But that's where self-love and forgiveness comes into play. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain, and then I'm gonna keep trying to create more complex shapes. Right. Somehow it's been already 40 minutes, which is great. So let's keep going. Let me rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Honestly, with how much fun I'm having with challenging myself during these roadmaps, I might just finish the beginner roadmap and go straight into the portrait one. Like my whole little setup I have with warm up and then workout and then, or warm up, workout, or roadmap, and then imagination drawing and then reference drawing, and then like the whole fucking community or like broken draw community thing. I think that's gonna have to go on hold for like the next year while I just min-max fundamentals, portrait, and figure. Because if I can get those three down, then at least I've been thinking about it that way. Is if I can get portrait, figure, and just general fundamentals down, that opens up the world to do so much. Because once you can draw people accurately and well, anatomically stylized as well as faces, and I can just go off on that, then adding anything to those people with good fundamentals like these shapes and the things I'm learning is what, in my opinion, adds to creativity. Again, people create stories, right? That's one thing I've really noticed with Jungi, Master Kim Jungi's work. You know, anybody like Peter Han, like people who make really good drawings, Kyle Kapinski, Andrew Loomis, Frederick Von Dyke. I don't know who the fuck that is. I just threw out a random name. There's probably an artist named Frederick at the very least. Maybe a Von Dyke as well. But who else? There's a lot of artists. Dong Ho Kim, Jake Kwang Park, I believe. Jake Kwang Park, that's his name. Right? Who else? I'm forgetting so many people. Fucking... I don't know, man. I'm just obsessed with SuperAni right now, but if you go on my Instagram in the description or on my channel page, a lot of the people I follow are the type of people I'm talking about, right? Oh, Rembert Montelt, right? Antonio, again. The people are the ones who create the scenario for them to put the things in, right? You'll see that, or at least like anthropomorphized. I think it's anthropomorphized. Animals, characters, whatever. Even they, like, it's always people who seem to drive it. So I don't believe it. I think it's a net positive if I just focus on fundamentals, like finishing the beginner roadmap, really just take my time grinding it out, then their portrait roadmap, and then their figure roadmap, because that's the way to set it out. It's like learn this is level 1, this is beginner, and the portrait's beginner, and the figure is intermediate is the way they have it set it out. So I think if I do that and just really max that shit out, I'll be setting myself up for success when it comes to adding anything on top of those, right? They have an animal road coming out. I might just really focus on their roadmaps. I really love their roadmaps, to be honest. So clearly you can see it's doing wonders for my spatial reasoning. But yeah, let's do another complicated shape. I'm actually running out of complicated shapes to draw. Let's see, that's just a fallacy. There's no such thing as running out of complicated shapes to draw. I fucked that up. Didn't really plan ahead with this one, but that can change. No, it can't, because apparently I still didn't plan ahead at all. Funny thing is, I'm at a point now where my fucking memory drawings end up fixing the goddamn proportions or whatever I end up doing as a reference. There you go. This is actually a very complicated shape I'm drawing. What the fuck? I did not mean for it to turn out like this. And this should have been much... Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this in the memory version if I remember it good well enough, right? Like, what the fuck, bro? What am I doing? I almost lost the box that I drew this in, and there's a lot of issues. But seemingly, I have found my way. See, like, this is wrong too. But we're just gonna have to go with it. There you go. Something like that. And let's see, it's gonna be such a weird... Why don't I just do something like this? Yeah, the box I drew with this in is already kind of wonky. I didn't see the box properly enough, but we can still try, goddammit, we can still try. So... What do I want to do? Was is it? Was is it, Helga? Was is it? I just associate that accent with some sort of Helga-esque name. So yeah. Alright, fuck it, let's just do something like this. There you go, bring that over here. And then it's gonna have to be a bit of a... There you go. I'll have it like that. So, interesting shape that I created. Of course, it ended up being drawn under, unfortunately. But now it's time to memorize. It's time to memorize this shape. Really not that difficult to memorize, I think, to be honest. which is crazy to me because, again, I'm analyzing right now while I'm speaking, but it's crazy to me that something like this would have been much more difficult just a week ago. But I don't know why. If you're wondering why I said it like a week ago, it's because I burped, but then like the burp was stifled, so I was like, but yeah, a week ago. But now, just purely through brute forcing immense cognitive effort, which is the key to any skill learning, especially anything that involves your mental faculties, is yeah, it's a lot easier now, which is crazy, right? All these different things going on. This diagonal with the cut out, this thing coming out, cutting out, this over here, this plane adjusting, cutting out. But like, now the question is, am I making it too easy for myself? Right? Have I not added enough? If that's the case, let's just add a couple more things. Again, one surefire way to make something more difficult is to just add more bullshit. Right? If I just add more bullshit, is that not by proxy making things more difficult because there's more things to remember? I think that makes sense. See, I added 4 more things. There you go. That's what was missing. I had the angle wrong there. See, actually, adding tiny details like that already made it more difficult. I think that's what I need to do moving forward. And you know what? I'll make it more difficult again. I'll do this. There you go. So the implication is that it cuts out in the middle. Okay, now I'm gonna analyze it properly. Because now we got a lot more to think about, right? The fucking BGA, boys generally Asian, or should I say boys generally Asian? Boys are generally Asian, but fucking Ryan nigga goes, yeah, nigga goes BGA. That shit killed me, bro. That shit fucking killed me. I just don't say a day. That's stuck in my head. God damn it. I miss nigga Hugo. That shit. Kids who didn't grow up with that, sad. Very funny, very A plus comedy. But yeah, this fucking dong side is just stuck in my head. Okay, I think it's as good a time as any to draw it now. Right. Let's do this. See, this is difficult. It's good. So it is more difficult, which is good. This is what I wanted. Right? So I know I have this. Like here. Now the question is, well, there you go, fix the perspective. The question is, well, I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. Let's just do this, right? And what else? Okay, this is good. I'm actually having a lot of trouble remembering this, which is good, right? I am now humbled because I thought it'd be a lot easier. But let's try to recall. Again, let's just constantly try to recall. Was it just like this? Was that the shape? Now I have to remember my process when I put it down. Just trying to think. Did I do something like... This could be wrong. Of course it could be wrong. Something like that? I don't think it was. I genuinely don't think it was. Right? I know I did like a cutout here. Right? Then there were okay, well, that bottom doesn't matter anymore because I don't have that thing to think about. I'm just trying to think. See, I clearly need to pay a bit more attention, but this is good, right? And then what was this? Was this? I'm just trying to think, because I did it from the underneath, right? So what was it? Did I do something like this? I know I added little details, I guess you could call. I don't remember at all, which is good, which is really good. I'm trying not to look at it as well. Did I do something like this? Yeah, that song is really fucking stuck in my head. We are boys generally Asian. It's too funny. Too fucking funny. I don't think this was it at all, but let's see. Yeah, see, it was a lot more complicated. Way more complicated. Okay, well, okay, we got that right. We got this shape right. Oh, yes. Okay, and then this had the cutout like so. So yeah, we forgot that. This is just, oh, okay, and this had this was stuck into a vertical thing. Okay, so this is exactly the level of complexity that I enjoyed. So see, this should have gone down further. There you go. Yeah. This shape was actually relatively correct. This should have been much longer. This entire thing should have been much longer. I made it even. It should have been slightly longer. Not as wide as well. This should have been more in the middle. I was right about the bottom cutout. Okay, overall, we got a decent amount of it correct. But that was really fun because that was really difficult. Right, that definitely grinded my brain. Sort of 53 minutes somehow. Right, but oh, that was really good. Practicio. I'm gonna rest my brain and then I'm going to spend the rest of the time making, I guess, smaller shapes. Not smaller shapes. I guess maybe we can make equally as just slightly less complicated shapes, right? And give myself less time and try to memorize that and apply it, which is still a good practice, I think. So, yeah. Anyways, let me rest my brain. Yeah, that fucking song is stuck in my head, bro. Don't say a day, indeed. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's again that fine line between drawing accurate rounding versus fast marksmanship. Marksmanship? What the fuck am I, a hitman? Marksmanship? I don't know. Okay, see, that was amazing. That was an incorrect that was incorrect diagonal. I really like doing these because they force my brain to think about all the possible cutouts that I added, and they work my lines very well. See, it showcases the flaws in my perspective, my lines, everything. Now that is an interesting shape, no? It goes like this. See? That's gonna make things interesting, for sure. That should have been a bit more subtle. Okay, so that's actually a pretty difficult shape to memorize, which I'm happy about, which I'm really, really happy about. So let's look at it and try to understand it, why don't we? Good stuff. Now I have to draw it, right? It's the part where we do our best to keep it all in mind. And this is where our lines suffer. Which is good. Again, I want to clarify that this is an amazing thing. And again, as Huberman said, we can train ourselves to associate the reward with this intrinsic measure of dopamine via the effort, right? So something like that. Okay, well, perspective was off. I ended up diverging this on accident, which is good. Again, clarify these are all good things. Something like that. I think I obviously fucked up the perspective a little, but then if we go a bit higher, we have this thing, which is something like that. Shape is pretty wrong. Oh, it's supposed to be a lot further out. So I didn't make it as further out as I could have, right? It should have been more like this. But yeah, the whole point is that it's connecting like that. There you go. Okay, so we don't really see this at all. Shouldn't be seen, right? And then the back, I wanted it to basically only stop around here. That was kind of what I was doing. But actually, we should have seen the back as well. If we're gonna be honest, it should have been something like this. Yeah. But that's good. That's actually, I didn't even think about adding diagonal to a plane for rounding, right? So let's try something like that again. Something very simple, but this is what I mean is by adding a diagonal to a plane, right? So we can add our normal diagonals. So we can do something like this, right? Okay, that's our normal diagonal. And then we can literally project out, go up, go inward, and then do something like that. Right? And then when you rotate that, that's a whole different story, because what does that look like from a different angle? Is it like this? Like, I'll actually have to look at this to understand what the fuck that even is. Something like this. That. That even makes sense? Nope, because we still got this, so it's literally something like that. This is actually where contour manipulation comes into play too, which is really interesting. I don't even know if that's correct. I don't think that's correct at all, actually. But do you see how I just opened up a completely different can of worms? That's fucking amazing. I'm gonna try that now. Holy shit. Let's make that the fucking annoyingly rounded shape that we have to draw, right? So if that's going there, something like that. Same thing here, right? That doesn't even make sense. I have to figure out the logic to this too, which is the amazing part. I guess I'll just draw a bunch of these types of diagonal roundings because it's still a challenge, right? I'm still challenging my brain to understand a new concept, whether recently it's been to memorize or now it's been to saraba, right? Push further beyond. I don't think that's what he says. Saraba is not a word, or it is, but that's like in Tama where they're like sarabadosh, where fucking Kaguya's the man, like the gender bend arc. Yeah, that was funny, but that has nothing to do with anything. Okay, we'll try something simple like this. So if this projects outward, that's a diagonal. And then, oh, okay, and then we can just continue onward like so. So this is actually, I think, a form of multiple rounding as well, because we're continuing onward, but this is now a diagonal projection, right? If we go through the back is still, like this is still looking decently normal. So what does it look like from a different angle? That's the real question, right? So if I had this, feels like that, right? Where this top part is this right here now. So okay, we have this, And yeah, it's continuing on like normal. And this, obviously, we don't see. But now we have this thing, which is going down and then extending to the left. So is it? It's just like an overgrowth? Would this still be continuous? But then we just have... Well, that doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. Because if it's going down, what I did was I went this way and then... No, I went projected outwards. Then I went over here. So that's wrong. So obviously that entire angle doesn't make sense and I've incorrectly assessed it. So let me try again. We don't want to rush this because we still want to understand what we're doing. So I projected it outward and then to the right. So wouldn't this be like that? Well, these. That's the question, is this looks like it's pretty far down. This actually looks like it's going down too. But it isn't. It's going to, if it was going to the right, it should have been projected accurately. Oof. Okay, let me really use my brain on this. Because right now it looks like, okay, we got this. And then it was just projected in a random diagonal. Right? So this should be following that. And then it looks like, okay, and then it connected back here again. And then we have it coming down. So in this case, this is correct, I believe, but, well, the proportions are off for one. Let's try another example. We can just do a normal multiple rounding projection, which results in this. Right? Something like this, and then let's say we want a diagonal. It's coming over here. Right? So what happens there? So again, my lines are obviously not. Something like that. Does that even make sense? That looks like a fucking... that looks like a goddamn genie in the lamp. No, let's try again. I may have to explore this concept like half and half now, right? Or I'll have to try to practice my memory drawings, but also try to understand how these projections can result in a specific shape. Right? Something like that. That does make sense. But I think what I had discovered, quote unquote discovered, here, or where was it? Which shape? There. Yeah, like that is what's the difference now, right? Because again, if I just made this into a cutout, it would look interesting. It's about a flat plane, like so, and then a diagonal jutting out from it, right? And then having to accommodate for that in the flat planes, the three-dimensional projection. Interesting, very interesting. I might have to leave it here because it has been over an hour. but I think I'm gonna explore this a lot, either later today, but most likely tomorrow during my hour of practice. I have to figure this out, right? Yeah, I'm gonna explore this for sure. Yeah, and I'm still gonna rotate it from memory. Still, might as well still just keep practicing memory drawing, right? Nothing stopping me from doing that. But either way, I didn't expect this to take as long as it did. But that's cool. I discovered, quote unquote, yeah, I guess for myself, I discovered a new way to push the boundaries of what I was drawing in terms of single rounding. So that's fucking awesome, and I'm really happy about that. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you had fun. I hope you drew along. Blah blah blah. Nobody's watching this shit anymore. My views are dwindling. This channel is dying. until my skills get better, right? The fucking hope that one day this channel actually means a lot to people. It's gonna happen. I mean, it'd be really odd if, as the skills continue to grow and get exponentially more impressive and applicable to people's wants in terms of my skill level, right? Like wanting to reach my heights, quote unquote, my heights. There's obviously gonna be people more impressive, but to see that it's possible and to see that everything's been cataloged, at least from the 2-year mark and onwards, well, it has to be valuable, especially if this channel continues, when this channel continues for 8 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's almost fucking, it would be retarded for it to not gain a notable amount of traction in the billions. So with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.